Hello friends, welcome to Coding Shiksha. So today in this tutorial we will be building a full stack node.js application with the help of this Express server. So this is the front end of the application. You can see that this is the interface. So there is an input field out there. So if I write anything here, so it will change the case of the character. So this is written in lowercase, so it will change into uppercase. If I submit, you can see that it has successfully changed this to uppercase. So now if I enter any string to, let's suppose, uppercase, so it will be converting into lowercase. So this is a small application, but you will get to know about Node and Express, how to build the backend of this application and how to build the front end. So if I just inspect element here, so you will see that I am getting the response back from the API. So I am just making a post request to the Express API. Let me just make a new request here. If I write something here and click the submit button, so you will see that a response has been written by the API, and this response contains this string which has a value of this. So I am just printing out this value here, and similarly if I write this string and click the submit button, so you will see that again this response has been generated by the API, and this is the string contained inside it. So we will be making this application from scratch. So let's start making this application. So create a new folder. So first we will be building the backend of this application, the API. So create a new folder, name this as backend, and open the command line. So first of all you need to be having Node installed onto your computer. So just check the version number of Node, and after that you need to write this command, that is npm init -y. So it will generate the package.json file with the default values. So after installing package.json files, let me just introduce to the dependencies of this project here. So there will be 4 dependencies. First will be Express. This will be used for making the backend server. Second will be body parser. So it will be taking the post request data that we are sending here in this front end. So this is the input field data we are sending. So in order to parse that data in the Express server, we need this dependency of body parser. Third dependency will be CORS. So it will be allowing our API to be accessed by another server. So if you don't include this dependency, then you will be getting the error that cross origin error, something like that. So this dependency is also required. And fourth but not last but not the least, will be the functional dependency, that is swap case. So it will be changing the case of characters. So these will be the 4 dependencies. So now let me just install these dependencies. So go to this command line here. Let me just close the first one. So here I can just write here npm install, and the 4 dependency first will be Express, CORS, body parser, and swap case. So these are the 4 dependencies. So just click enter and it will take some time. So just wait for a while, and in the meantime let me discuss this application in detail. So you will see that if I enter something, submitted, sorry, let me just refresh it. Sorry, I have closed the server, so that is why it is not running. So I have closed the Express server of my application. So let me just see if it is installed. So you can see that it is installed now. So let me just open this in Visual Studio, and you will see that. Let me just close the other 2 windows. So this is a brand new folder here, guys. So this is a package.json file with the default values. You can see that the main is, let me just change this file to server.js. so this will be the server, Express server for us. So one other dependency, let me just install here nodemon npm. This will be the dev dependency. So you have to write this --save -dev. So nodemon. So it will be required for every node.js application because it restarts the server if you make any kind of changes to your application. So you need not have to restart your server again and again. So this is a very uh, effective dependency. So let me just in the meantime create this server.js file. So first of all, get the express, create a new express variable and require express, import it. Similarly, we need to import the body parser, require body parser, and course, similarly require course also. And last but not least, we have the swap case, so it will swap the case of the characters, require swap case. So that's the dependencies, guys. So now we will be having some kind of middlewares to configure into the app. First of all, let me just start the server so that you can see. We will be starting that server on port 5000, and the second is this callback function. So we will just console log that the server is listening on port 5000. That's it. So let me see if the node.js dependency is installed. So you can see that it is successfully installed. So now just we will write a script here in the package.json file. So this is a script section. So just delete this test here and write here start. And in this we will write a simple line that every time when we write start, just write this node.mon server.js. So in this way we will write here npm start, so it will start our server automatically. So we will just write here npm start, so it will be starting our server. So just wait, you can see that it is saying that app is not defined. Oh sorry, we have not imported express, so that is why it is saying to us we have imported the express library but we haven't used it. So making the express server. So what we can do here is that we can make a app variable and we can initialize it to express. That's it, guys. So now if I reload the application, you can see that the server is listening on port 5000. Now if I go to the browser, localhost 5000, so you will see that we will be getting this error that cannot get slash, because we haven't configured this any route for this server. So this is a very normal error you will get. So now we will be configuring the routes for the express server. So first route we will be setting, just for the sake of this tutorial, a get route. So this will be the index route, the home page route. So in this we have the request and the response, callback function, so arrow function, you can see that. Now we will just send a response back to the browser that hello world, something like that. So if I reload the page here, you will see that it is saying to me hello world. So this is a very basic get route that we have configured here. So I am also using a Postman. Postman is a great tool for testing APIs. If you don't have a front end, you can just test the APIs by Postman, this tool. So this is a URL here, http localhost 5000. We are making a get request, so just select get here and send this request. So you will see that it is returning here hello world. So in the string here, JSON format, so it is returning hello world. Let me just change the string to, let's suppose, something like this. So if I send this request once again, so you will see that it is returning this string here. So our get route is working now. So what we want now, we want a post route to accept when we go to the form and we enter the value, we will be expecting a post route. So we can just configure this post route, and we will be setting this post route to be this one. slash case. So in this, after that we will be writing request response, and after this we will be getting the value. We will be creating a new string here, var string, and we will be first of all be getting the value that the from the front end. So how we can get the value? It is very easy. We can create a new variable, and now we need to have the middleware running here. So we have imported these two middlewares, body parser and course. Now we need to configure them. So configuring the middleware. So how we can configure the middleware is very easy. Node.js application. So just write here app. So just after the express server. So after this we will be configuring the middleware. So just write here app.use, and first middleware we will write here course. That's it. Now we will be setting the body parser. This will be app.use body parser.json. So it will be converting all the data which is coming from the front end to JSON. So data converted to JSON. So now we can just parse that JSON in our server. So we will be creating a new string. So we will be converting this string to either case. So if the string is in lowercase, we will be converting to uppercase. So if the string is in uppercase, we will be converting to lowercase. So for that we need to get the string. So in order to get the string, it is very easy. We will be using the request here, request.body. That's it. So this will be getting the string for us. So now we will be making the function for swapping the case here. So we have declared this variable here. So let me just make it not const, just var. So now I will be converting this variable. Let me declare case, and I will take the string dot, and I will use this method of swap case. Sorry, I will be passing this variable in this method. So just write a string here. So it will be converting this. What is this error here? Variable declaration is, sorry, case is a word here, sensitive word. So case string, let me declare it. So you can see that it will be stored inside this case string variable. Now we need to return this to the front end. So we can just pass this response.send, and in the JSON format we will be sending this. So case string, we will send this, and the value we will send is also case string. Sorry, a semicolon is expected. Sorry, this is a JSON response, so we need to have a curly brackets. So JSON, so this brackets. So in this we will pass the case string colon case string. That's it. So this will be sent as a JSON response to the front end. So now let me just make a Postman request to this route here /case, and let me see if it is working or not. So this is my Postman. So let me make a post request to this route here /case, and let me select raw, and from there you can select here text plain. So I will be sending the JSON data. So just select this JSON application JSON. So you need to write pure JSON here. So in the curly brackets you can give a string here. String is equal to hello world. So this needs to be in double quotes. So if I send this request here, so let me see what is the error here. JSON is not defined. Sorry, this will may not be sent. This will be, I have made a mistake here. This will be rest.json, and in that we will be passing this k string. That's it. So this will not be sent here. So that is my error here. So you can see that the error is gone now. So if I make the same request once again, this is a post request to this route with this data string hello world. If I make this send request, so you will see that it has not returned this result. Let me see what request.body request.body.string. Let me write this dot string. So you can see that it has successfully changed this. We have entered small characters, so it is returned larger characters. You can see that it has successfully changed the case of the string. So this was a problem here. Request.body.string you need to write here. So whatever you mention here, you pass here string. Let's suppose I change here and write here something alphabet. So the same thing you want to write in your server also. So alphabet. So if I again make a request here, so you will see that it has successfully changed the string. So the API is working now. So now I will be making the front end of the application. So just to test it, so make a new folder. So name it as front end. Let me make it front here. So open Visual Studio here. So make a new file index.html and write some basic HTML. Give it a title of full stack case change application in Node and Express. In the body we will be having a form here. So inside this form we will be having an input type text. Let me give it an ID of text here, and that's it. After this we will be having a button of type submit, and the value will be submit. And after this we will be having a simple script. We will be making a fetch request to the URL. So first of all we will be getting the button here, document.query selector. So let me give a ID to it of button so that we can select it. Give it an ID of button. Similarly we will be fetching the text that is written into the input field. So for that we need to first of all select the input field. So input document.query selector. So this will be text here. So I have given the ID text. So now I need to attach event listener, add event listener of click. So whenever we click the button we need to execute the function. So first of all what we can do here is that we can make a fetch request to the URL http :localhost 5000 /case, and after this we need to have some options here. So set of curly brackets. So here I can define my headers, my body, and first of all I will define that this is a post request, and secondly I will add some headers here. So for the headers we need to define this content type value here. This content type, let me just copy paste it here. This will be application JSON because we are sending the JSON data in the JSON format. Paste it here. The next will be the body. So the body will contain what kind of data you are sending. So let me just so we need to first of all convert the data into JSON. So we need to use this function in that JSON dot stringify. So sorry, in the body here we need to JSON dot stringify this method. So in that set of curly brackets, in that we will be passing our data. So let me call the data as data dot, so the value that we are fetching from the input field. So we can write here input dot value. So in this way we are fetching our data from our input field. So also let me change in the backend also. So here also I will change here request dot body dot, what is there, data. So you need to change here data, that's it. So we have successfully configured this. Now this fetch request returns a promise here. So we need to catch that promise dot then. So this is a callback function. So this returns data here. First of all we need to convert the data which is coming to JSON format. So let me just show you in the console this data is returning or not. So then we will be converting them to JSON. So now if I open this file here, this index.html, let me open this with Chrome. So you will see that this is a form here. Let me go to inspect element, go to console. Now let me just write this value here, click on submit. Oh sorry, we have not, one thing is missing from this form here. First of all we need to get the event here, event object, and we will need to prevent the default behavior of the form. Default behavior of the form, we can just prevent this by this function e.prevent default. You need to write this, then only your form will work. So again go to the form here, write any value here, click on submit. So now you will see that I have clicked 2 times, so you can see that this response is coming back from the API, that all this stuff is there. So now we need to convert this response into JSON format so that we can write this response in our web page. So let me just show you, if I doesn't use that course here, course module, let me just comment this line here. So if I doesn't configure this middleware, you will be getting a error here. If I again write this in form and click submit, so you will be getting this error, that is access to fetch at this server from origin null has been blocked by course policy. So if you doesn't configure that middleware, you will be getting this course policy error. So that's why we are using that middleware. It is very important to use that in order to make work this application. So after that, we need to convert this into JSON format. So we can just here return data.json, and again this returns a promise. We need to write dot then function data, and now we can easily console log data. So if I go back to the form here and write something here and click submit, so you will see that it is converting this case to uppercase. Now let me just write uppercase and click submit. You will be seeing that it is converting to lowercase. So the API is working, guys. We are querying the API which is there in our Express server successfully. So now we just need to print this value onto the browser here. So it is very easy. So just make a div and give it a ID of result, and after that we don't want to console the data, we just need to print it, onto the screen. Document dot query selector, we will pass this ID of result dot inner HTML, and we will be data dot. So let me just, what was the console log? If I inspect element here, go to the console, sorry, an unexpected token 43. Sorry, this was unexpected. Control Z, Control Z, yes. What is this error, guys? I don't know why this error is coming. Fetch button. This error is coming. Why this error is coming? Fetch dot then function. Let me, now it is working now. So first of all we need to get the data which is there here. So if I write this submit, so case string, so this is a case string here. So now we need to document dot query selector, and we need to cache this by ID. We have given this ID of result, so dot inner HTML, so data dot case string. So that's it. So now if I open this again here, write this submit, you can see that this is the API response, and we are printing out this uppercase value. So the application is complete, guys. So in this way you can create a full stack application in node.js and Express. Very basic application, but through this tutorial you get to know about how you can configure the backend and front end of the application. So we can create the front end in Angular, Vue.js, React, but I just wanted to make this front end in a very easy manner so that you can fully understand this application. So thanks very much, guys, for watching this video, and please check out my website codingshiksha.com. It is very good website if you want to learn programming. So go to this website, various blogs are written. So thanks very much for watching this video. Subscribe the channel.